STR Super 17. And I would argue this is one of the worst Dokkan drops ever. Yes, this STR Super 17 was given no love, not because he's necessarily a bad unit, but because his celebration does not care for him. The devs clearly don't care about giving him what he needs to succeed, and Extreme Class sucks right now, so there's just a whole bunch of issues with this guy. We'll go ahead and talk about it real quick here, and I think one of the main issues is probably this line right here. You may not realize it, but this line is a little more restrictive and really hinders this character much more than you think, right? So he gets a 70% attack and defense when all allies attacking in the same tier or extreme class. Now that is a pretty significant buff considering he does get this 70% when performing a super attack. So that is all multiplicative. That's also multiplicative against the defense raise he gets for the turn. So because of that, you're basically not really able to run this guy on any setup that has a super class unit, at least on, that's going to be on his rotation. You could arguably create a second rotation of super class units and just have them not interact with this unit. But let's say you get messed up rotations and, the super class units end up on rotation with him, right? It can cause some issues, and some potential setups you could have ran are just destroyed, right? Let's take a look at Joint Forces. Target Goku obviously doesn't have any super class units, but like Joint Forces could potentially have had some pretty good super class units that you could have ran on this team. I mean, you could even run, like, if you really wanted to, I guess you could run Tech Gogeta, right? Orb changing could be very, very helpful, right? There's a situation where you could run this unit right here, and you could have the 80% support, the revive with this unit. Like, that could have been really, really nice to have next to the 17, especially because they have, the GT Link, Fierce Battle, right? Bare minimum, but they have some stuff that could be, utilized together, right? And, in the future, I'm sure there's going to be a lot better, like, Joint Forces super class units that we could potentially have used with this guy. I mean, even this Android 17 here, right? What links would they have together? They have Android Assault, and I guess, to be fair, it is just Android Assault. I'm actually surprised they don't link that well together. But this could have just been another option. You could have ran this unit as a floating unit right there, and he could have been a pretty solid, just unit to have on the team. Another Android unit to help activate some of these links, but I don't know. Speaking of Android specifically, I guess that's the biggest part. This unit doesn't lead androids, which is fine because he has the extreme class restriction. But all the units you want to use with them are super class. Like, you have this Gamma 2. The 17 could potentially be a solid leader given how good he is. And all the actual good android units right now are super class, right? We have Gamma 2. We have Gamma 1. We even have Agent Android 8. He could run them on certain setups, right? I mean, with Gamma 2 as a leader, you could run Kid Goku on the team, and then Android 8 would have his full passive, right? You could have the MVP 17 once he gets his EZA, right? I mean, these two could get their EZs eventually, tournament power stuff happening, right? The only, like, extreme class unit in the Androids category teams that you would really run with this guy, like actually run relevant, or this unit, the 17-18, and then the 0-19. But it's like, they're age at this point. They're well over a year old, and they're good, but they're not like that guy anymore, right? So I think this is a huge issue for them. Them wanting to push you to run this guy in extreme class, and then not following through with giving us more extreme class units that we would need. We got this banner unit, the 0-19, Zero Mew, my bad. But the thing about this unit is that they are really only good if you have a Goku enemy. We don't have a really strong Goku fight besides the 8th anniversary event that just came out. Now, that event is difficult, but I don't feel like it's something that's really pushing the boundaries of this team. So it's like, people are gonna probably have much more difficulties in stuff like Red Zone, I feel. Even the Shadow Dragon event could be more difficult than what we got for the 8th anniversary event, which is an issue in terms of using this unit, because it's like, where are you gonna activate the Scarred ability? Like, if this unit was better, like, if this unit did not have the Goku restriction at all, and just everything was like that, then, like, what if this was all, like, as the first attacker in the turn? Like, that would be good, right? And then you could use this unit in any situation, slot 1 next to this unit, and it would make running that team just so much more smoother, especially since this unit is also a support unit. I mean, he gives Ki to target Goku for 2 turns. That's pretty good, right? Even though it's 1 Ki, that's very helpful. But this, I don't know, just not good enough either. Like, the unit is really good, but outside of the Goku restriction, not really. So that's another issue. Where you're supposed to use them. Speaking of that, this unit does an additional super attack for 4 turns if there's a super class enemy. Again, where are you gonna get that? I don't know where you're gonna get that at all. I can't tell you. This chance to evade and crit are nice, but he wants to get all these additional attacks, and it's like this, you know, you're not gonna be facing super class enemy. So realistically, you can get 17%, 34%, 51% chance to evade, which is quite good. I think that the 51% chance to evade could be quite good as after he attacks, right? But that's really the biggest good thing about this unit. There's a lot of like the numbers he puts up are good, but there's a lot of like stuff you have to jump through to really get that. And then this transformation condition, absolutely brutal. Like, this is probably what really kills this unit, like quote unquote kills. This unit is still like a really strong like TUR, especially once you transform into 17. But you have to jump through, like I said, so many hoops for this. Like, why restrict it like this, right? What's the point? Like, so many of these other characters that we've been getting have had very easy active skill conditions to get. I mean, Piccolo, full superhero rotation. That team, obviously, they buffed, like, they give us like 16 gajillion units for that. You know, I guess this active skill is not necessarily like, you know, that like unrestricted to get turn 5 from 59% or below. But the thing is that this is just an attack, right? This is a transformation into Super 17. And then you want to get hit with this guy 10 times to get his full defense buff. And while, you know, it's not like the worst thing, he's able to tank any super attack, given he gets like, I believe 3 or 4 hits. From how the math was done, he's able to basically tank any super attack extremely easily. But he has to, like, in terms of future content as well, and in terms of, so I say I feel pre-super could definitely be an issue with a lot of these super attacks, right? And the fact that he loses this damage reduction, like, what's the point of him losing the damage reduction? Why not just make it 51%? Like, this should have just been 50% or 51%, and then this should have been the 17%. Like, well, I guess, because 217s, 34, this wanted to be really, like, really quirky with the unit in terms of, oh, 17 plus 17 is 34%. So we're going to give him 34% damage reduction. We're going to give him 17% build up to 170%. We're going to give him the scouter under 34% HP, which is useless. We're going to give him 34% damage recovered. This is such a stupid design too, because not only do you have to be under 70% HP to actually use this ability, but because he's reducing damage, when you get this, he's not going to heal much HP because it's only 34% of the already reduced like damage you receive. Like, this 17 can be tanky, which is a good thing for him, given you get him built up. But he can't even heal and recover off of it well. Like, the design is to use this early on, right when he first transforms. But then that's where he has 51% reduction. Like, are you kidding me? And then he's not going to heal. It's dumb. Medium chance to crit if there's a super class enemy. Where are you going to get that? Nowhere at all. It's just, you know, you look at this unit, and he's still really good, right? Yeah, especially when he gets this off double supering, right? In the first slot right here, he's goated. Like, he's really tanky. He does good damage, and his numbers are nice, right? He has a dodge chance, which I feel like is pretty cool. His leader skill had a lot of potential, but they just didn't do that. Because if you take a look at his celebration, right? Like, what are they thinking? Yeah, that's easy. The tournament of power units here. Let's set up Universe Survival Saga for the future. Let's not, you know, buff these units in this story event. And funny enough, this story event doesn't even come back. It's all Universe Survival Saga stuff that's coming. MVP 17 getting his EZA would be great if he didn't have this extreme class restriction where you wanted to be ran on a full extreme class, you know, rotation. So this unit is like not really gonna truly support him, because he's just gonna make up for the defense that you lost, and you're still not gonna make up for the offensive that, you know, potential that you would have had, which is also dumb. Now this could be potentially interesting for this unit, but they don't even share any links together. Right, they actually don't share links together, if I'm not mistaken. So this cell would have to be like a 3-key 50%, you know, support ability. Like, okay, they share shocking speed, my bad, they do share shocking speed. I forgot, shocking speed, yes, okay, they have that. But you know, this unit doesn't even have nightmare. Like, he has attack of the clones, big bad bosses. It's stupid. This type of Super 17 doesn't have big bad bosses still. He should have big bad bosses. This unit, and just in general, should have big bad bosses. You know, they would link a lot better with so many of these, like, even on these joined forces or target Goku, especially like target Goku extreme class units. You know, he could have linked much better with like Cooler, you know, having fierce battle, big bad bosses. I do, some Coolers have fear and faith, I forgot off the top of my head, but like some of these villain units like Goku Black and Zamasu, they could have linked so much better with, right? That could have been really, really good for us, but no, just no. So yeah, that's dumb. Yeah, I feel like I kind of let all my complaints out. But one last thing, why didn't they bring this event back? And then why aren't they awakening? My bad, I just coughed. But this 18 doesn't really matter about bringing her up. But like, why did they awaken an Easy A, these units, like in the Extreme Z area? Especially this guy. Like, this guy shares 6 links with the new Dokkan Fest. He could have been 70% chance dodge, supporting target Goku, like 3-key 50%, no, probably like 50% for free to play unit. 3-key 30% attacking defense, right? 35% even if they wanted to be nice. They didn't have to be target Goku, it could be artificial life forms or even androids, right? Why not make them like that, right? What's the point? This just doesn't make sense. Why didn't they awaken this guy and give him an Easy and make him good? These two units are in Target Goku still. Yep, if you take a look at Target Goku, they're both support units. They could have been really nice floaters, just, you know, put them on the team. This Frieza especially could have been a really interesting floater. Give him like 40-50% reduction, even make him stack defense, start a turn, make him support like 35%, 2-key to extreme class, you know. This cell could have been interesting as well. Again, give him the same stacking defense, HP recovery, but no. They didn't want to do that. They said no, we're just gonna not want to buff this unit at all. So they're just gonna sit here and rot, and they're gonna awaken like in 2 years from now when this guy is irrelevant. It's not great, guys. Again, this 18 doesn't really matter because she won't help the 17 at all, but you know, she could have awakened too, I guess, right? I don't know what they're thinking. They said they didn't want to buff him at all, and I understand MVP 17, you know, this is a 17 celebration, quote unquote, not really, and they wanted to, I guess, awaken the, you know, next in line unit, MVP 17. He's not even on target Goku, especially with all the Tournament of Power stuff upcoming. Like, it's clear as day that's what they want to do. They're gonna buff Tournament of Power, but like some major celebration, Tanabata, Worldwide, 9th anniversary will have Tournament of Power aspects to it. There's no way. So they wanted to buff this guy ahead of time. But this guy doesn't help this unit at all with how they're designed. Why not buff 13? Or just get rid of this extreme class, you know, setup right there. It's, I can tell you, you know, but whatever. That's it for my ranting. Let me know what you guys think of 17. I think this is honestly one of the worst drops ever. They gave us this guy with no help. Like, the team build you have to run with this guy. Oh, I'm gonna keep going, but the team build you have to run with this guy. You have to run freaking this in Hellfire 17. It's like, he's solid, but come on. You have to run it this Intel Fighter 17 on the team. You have to, some people have to run this EGO, you know, old 17. And he's okay, but he's not like anything special. You have to run Golden Frieza as slot 1s. And then just have them with own links, and then, you know, run a floating android unit. It just, I hate this unit. That's it.